Gonna cry?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm a big boy.
Little baby boy. All right, I'm starting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tripod. This is Adrian. Back again, once again. Welcome. Hi. The official Tripulse podcast, Tripod. I forgot how to start these. I really don't remember how to start these, but we're starting right now.
Been a minute.
Anyways, going down the list on Discord, we're going to start with Josh and have everybody introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm here. I do music and shit. And I hurt my hands in the clap intro, so everyone's making fun of me. Next person.
It's your boy in the cut with the hors d'oeuvres, Issa. Hello, I do nothing. I'm an Amazon employee, so you can already have a general consensus of how my life is.
Yeah, this motherfucker got Amazon Prime.
I do actually. I have 7 months.
What?
Adrian, are you not doing
What does
your
that
own introduction?
mean? I already introduced myself. Literally beginning the podcast. I'm back again.
But we're
once
going
again
down the
with
list.
Adrian.
It's your
Yeah,
turn.
We are going down the list, but you skip over me because I already introduced myself.
Hi, since we're skipping Adrian, I'm Sam. I draw big titties and fat asses. Next.
There is no next. You're the last one.
I feel like that's cap.
Woo.
Unless you
Woo.
just don't let
Hey,
that
did that
on.
clap hurt your little baby hands too?
No, that wasn't me. That was me. That was.
Y'all are real put together right now, aren't you? Y'all are
No.
solid, like just a tight knit group of robot assholes. Anyways,
The fuck did you just call me?
I'll take things I'm about to draw for
asshole.
300, Alex.
All right, look, hey, we've been gone for a while, and I really don't have many things to talk about, so it's kind of interesting. I really it's probably partially because I just haven't been taking notes on anything recently. But yeah, we've been gone for a hot minute. Let's start with things going on in Tripulse right now. Anybody got any news to share?
Josh's friend talked about Hollow Earth.
That's
not really.
That's not
I
Tripulse
know it's
news.
not.
That is definitely.
That does not pertain to us.
I do want to talk about Hollow Earth later on. Though.
I don't want to
Oh,
talk about
God.
Hollow Earth. We're not doing that on this podcast.
We are officially a conspiracy theory podcast.
No, dude, I just saw Kong versus Godzilla. All right,
Bro, you better tag your spoilers. I ain't seen that shit yet.
that's all I said. Dude, watch it. You have the means.
What?
But do I have the want?
Yeah, you have the means.
Well, I think the thing is, if you have the means but you don't have the want, you can't talk shit about spoilers.
What means do I have?
You have HBO Max.
Oh, is it on HBO?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Same day it came out in theaters. I guess you know what you're doing tomorrow, huh?
Well,
Sam's just
no, tomorrow I'm
completely
waking up
dumbfounded.
at fucking 6 a.m., going to school, and getting out 12 hours later and crying.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
Sounds like a you problem.
On the grind.
You know what? It's going to be all y'all motherfuckers' problems. I'm just going to use all my downtime to shitpost in this particular server.
I'm scared.
Tomorrow's my day off, so I'm not gonna care.
Tomorrow is also my day
I
off.
don't work.
All right. Well, we're off topic enough already. If nobody else has anything to say about Tripulse, I'm gonna share a few things myself. We have done pretty much nothing since the start of the year. A few of us participated in Forum. That was kind of cool, kind of fun. Some of us streamed for the day, some of us didn't, and none of us got in. But it was fun nonetheless. Getting back into the groove of things, doing some artwork myself. A few of us did some music, and it was cool. Other than that, Break Chains had a new release, and it's not Tripulse related, so that's all I'm going to say about that.
Let's go.
And we can finally move on to music. Now, before we talk about any release of the month stuff, I want to point out that it has been a while, once again, since our last episode, so there's been several releases in between then and now. So we're kind of just going to do a roundtable and talk about a few different ones amongst ourselves.
Among us.
Shut the fuck up.
No. So I'm gonna start with not my favorite release, but rather a different one, which is a compilation. The Subsidian Night Volume 3 came out a little while back. In particular, there's a song on there that I really like. It's called Rage Pit by Skelism and Never Ends. Super, super good, awesome, heavy dubstep song. Liked it a lot. Give it a listen if you guys like that kind of shit.
It's just funny to hear a Skelism song that's not the one they did with Lil Jon.
That's that's
I've
a fair.
only listened to like one Skelism song. and
Was it
that's
the one they did with Lil Jon?
I didn't even know that they had a song with Lil Jon, so no, it wasn't that.
If you went to any show ever in like 2017, 2018,
Then that's the
You
song that
heard
they
that.
always dropped.
you
Yeah.
heard it.
It was that one, Rocket Fuel, and the fucking the Midnight Tea song with the Rick and Morty drop.
Yeah, and fucking there's a Bad Clat song that everyone dropped.
Oh, and fucking Mo Bamba. Everybody did the Mo Bamba drop. Jesus Christ.
Hang on, dude. The fucking Bad Clat song that everyone dropped is on the fucking tip of my tongue.
Something punch.
No. Well, there's Head Crush, but that one is not the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I
recent
know.
song?
Knuckle
or
Sandwich. That's what it
Knuckle
is.
Sandwich. See, it has nothing to do with a
Oh,
punch.
okay. I mean, yeah. Knuckle Sandwich punched someone in the jaw.
Anyways, that's kind of off topic. I'm gonna also speed through a few other notable things that I felt like came out recently. Dreams Shade had an album called A Pale Blue Dot, which is code for Earth. It's a pretty cool album. Check it out. It's rock, metal-ish, somewhere in that little area. We also got Woolie's song, The Core. It's a nice little like hardstyle meets dubstep kind of song. Although really it's just got kicks in it. It's really not hardstyle, but whatever. Kaiwachi had a new song called Over
Dubstyle.
My Head. Dr. Ozzy and Vania had a new song come out called Claim the Night. And then, of course, there was All Nighter Volume 6, which had a lot of music that I didn't really like in it. But, again, talking about it earlier, cool concept, fun stuff to work on. And somebody else want to talk about one of their submissions for the release of the month?
Josh, would you like to go first?
I didn't
Josh
have a
didn't submit
submission.
anything.
Well, shit. All right, time to talk about Bad Computer.
Yeah, I listened to that one. It's fun, but it's like, I don't know. I've kind of moved away from that style of music.
Like, here's the thing. I haven't heard like good electro house and complextro in like a hot minute, and so as
There
soon as
was an
Bad-
electro complexitro album on the fucking thing, and you didn't put it in the.
It's a single, first of all. It's not an album.
It's a single, yeah.
I'm looking this up right now. What's the name?
Here, hold on, wait.
Because
I'll just link it to you.
I haven't listened to like. I'll probably listen to like the same 5 albums, but I have been listening to a few things. First off, "Destroy Me" by Bad Computer. I'm very excited for his Somewhere Else EP that's coming out soon. It's just going to be all electro, all complextro. It's like a breath of fresh air from all the same shit that keeps coming out that I keep hearing. Like mainstream wise, so like hearing that song come out is just very nice. And I think that's actually it. I put down something else, but I can't remember what it was. It was a recent song.
You
I
put
think
down
it's-
Buzzcut by Brockhampton and the
We'll talk
Vampire.
about Brockhampton in a little bit.
Teddy Lloyd remix and
Oh yeah,
Siege
so the fuck.
by Mechana.
Oh, Mechana. Okay. I was on. We were looking for like metal albums that had just recently come out in the beginning of this year, and I don't think you were there for that, Adrian. But it was me, Danny, and Kit. I think Josh was also there, and we're looking at like new releases of 2021, and the first thing that popped up was Siege by Mechana, and we listened to it. Kit and I instantly loved it as soon as we listened to it. and I went to go check on their Bandcamp. They have a core version of that album, which is basically just
Like
the same
post-core?
songs off. Like what?
Like post-hardcore?
It's just I don't know. It's just core, but it's like heavy as hell. It's just a heavier version of each single song off that album, and I bought both of those albums.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
a-
getting back.
Interesting
What's that?
concept to release the same album but in a different style.
Yeah, I've been getting
a
back
lot of
into
work.
I've been getting back into metalcore and everything. I kind of fell off of that around the end of last year. Been listening to a lot of hip hop, and so listening to Siege was just beautiful.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's all I can say for music because I listened to the same 5 albums from 2019. So
I think that's how most people end up. They just end up listening to the same few albums from a year.
yeah. Now, if we were talking about last year releases, I would be talking about Reflections by Belmont all day.
Y'all still not listening to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy? Shame.
What the fuck is Big Bad Voodoo Daddy?
Big Band Swing, baby!
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Big Bang Swing.
Yep. Bang swing.
Bang
What,
Swing.
you don't listen to Squirrel Nut Zippers?
All right, I'm going to talk about probably one of my favorite like metal releases recently. I actually named like Snowblood like probably the best metal song to come out last year. Yeah, it came out like halfway through the year last year, but like they released 5 songs I think leading up to the album. Era's self-titled album is probably one of my favorite ones in a while. It's not quite the level like I Prevail's Trauma was, but it's pretty fucking close.
Trauma
it's
was so good.
Yeah, Trauma is probably one of the best metal albums. But Era's new album is super good. I really enjoyed it pretty much from start to finish. There's a few songs on there that I really didn't care for too much. They definitely release a lot of the better ones ahead of time, which is fine. It kind of makes albums boring when people do that, but I can understand, wanting to build hype and make sure an album does well. But yeah, I mean, this album has kind of a little bit of everybody, as for everybody as far as metal goes. It's got like some really nice, clean vocals, quote unquote clean vocals. It's got some really great guttural screaming. It's got some awesome guitar work, some really cool like solo shit. Drums are very, very present, and they're not like the same shit over and over and over again. Like there's variation in it, and it keeps it a little bit interesting. And they even make use of like some electronic production as well. There's actually a song on here, I think it's Scorpion Hymn, and it starts out in a way that really reminds me of Doom, where it has this really kind of like not lo-fi but like older kind of like plucky synth going on, and then it like just hits a heavy drop that drives the same kind of beat forward, and it's super cool. I really enjoy this release quite a lot, and hopefully I can make time to go see Era this year whenever music starts up again.
Yeah. So I absolutely despise screaming. I hate yelling. I hate the whole thing. I hate it with a passion. I made it through this entire album and enjoyed it. So take that as you will.
How do you feel about Dance Gavin Dance? Have you ever listened to them?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
How do you feel about the baby?
About who?
The
I have
Baby.
no strong feelings.
I think we get some
There's one-
solid memes out of him, but that's probably about it.
There's one downstairs right now, and they won't shut up. So that's got my blood pressure a little higher than it should be, but
You have a baby?
not mine.
I know it's not yours.
Not my roommate's either. But boy, is it here.
Why do you have a random baby in your house?
Shut
Because-
Babysitter.
Because the girl that he's seeing has a baby, and she can't leave him at home.
Oof, that's rough, buddy.
Leave him at the police station.
Get a babysitter.
Y'all
Leave
gonna
him
make
at
me
the
get the
police
bell
station.
out.
Or get the babysitter featuring
Baby
Offset.
as a babysitter.
I feel like the baby could start like up a babysitting like monopoly.
Sure. I don't know what that fucking means, but okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say babysitter like service, but I couldn't think of the word service, so I just said monopoly.
You
And
got a
I
baby?
want-
I will pay you to sit on it. Let me sit on your child.
No,
No.
no. Sam, let's talk about your release of the month.
Actually,
Oh,
before
Brockhampton.
before
Oh,
before you do that, keep in mind my opinion of this album was through about, I'd say, like 5 minutes of skimming through it.
Which one are we talking about?
Yours.
Oh, Era? Okay.
Oh, the era.
Yeah. I think it has the same problem that I have with a lot of metal music, is that I'll really like the instrumentation, and then they open their mouths.
No, I feel that.
That's the thing. That's the
feel
thing
that.
with this
Yeah.
album. There is a lot of clean vocals in it. That's what got me through. Because I hate the screaming, but there's a
Oh.
lot of clean stuff in here.
But
If
like,
you like
it's not
clean
even
vocals-
necessarily the screaming versus the clean. Like sometimes I'll see like a band that has clean vocals, and I'm like, yeah, I still don't like that.
It's got like the Billy Corrigan like.
And like, see, that the thing is that I can't even describe like what I like because it's so like situational. And
Well,
so like I have a hard time finding metal music that I like and I enjoy
Go listen to dad metal music.
100%. That's honestly kind of like
Breaking Benjamin.
No,
Breaking
I
Ben
said
is
dad
not
metal.
Metal.
Is
Listen to,
Breaking
like,
Benjamin?
listen to
Isn't
Iron
Breaking
Maiden.
Benjamin like new metal?
Breaking Benjamin is the whole like.
Breaking Ben is Christian rock.
I can't even
they
do like the
Christian?
Breaking Benjamin.
Are they
like,
Christian rock?
yes. I will not
never-
bow. I will
Them
not
and-
break. Come
Yeah,
on.
Them and 3 Days Grace. Those are Christian metal bands, dude.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace is not
Wait,
a
the
Christian
three-
metal
yeah,
band. Get
no,
the
no,
fuck
no,
out of
no.
here.
3 Days
They
Grace
Yeah.
is not.
100%
Get
They are not.
out of here.
You wanna
fucking
They are
test
not.
me
No,
on
they
this?
are not.
You wanna
They are
fucking test
not
me
a
on this?
Christian metal
They
band.
100% are. It's like saying that Skillet's not a Christian metal band. Like, yes,
Okay, well,
they
Skillet
are.
is a Christian metal band. That makes sense.
Skillet like legitimately calls out Jesus and God in their songs sometimes. Like that's 100%. No,
People
3 Days
say
Grace
that-
is a Christian band because the whole
No,
his whole
Maybe the members are Christians. I don't think the like
Their whole-
band's ethos is.
because their whole thing is like what's his name fucking had a drug addiction
Adam
before.
Gondia.
I thought you were going to say, when what's his name died and it took 3 days. I was like, what do you mean, what's his name? Who's Jesus?
No, he had the singer had a drug addiction and he pays tribute to like Jesus and Christ. Like Jesus and Christ, really? Did I say whatever?
Jesus and Christ. The Father, Son, and the Holy shit, Adrian.
Yeah, he plays credit to Christ as saying that like he saved him and shit, and like that's what he sings about is in his songs. It's like getting through it using the power of
The power of
positive
Jesus
thinking
and Christ.
Christ in anime. No, like they really, I keep memeing about it, but they are a Christian band. I promise you, they're a Christian band.
Okay, I'll take your word.
Did I
I'll-
ever force...
I think you're capping.
So back to Christian stuff. Did I ever force you guys to watch The Last Hangover?
No.
No, what?
It's like a little like Hispanic movie where it's a spoof of like The Last Supper and also The Hangover, and it's like Jesus and his disciples all get really drunk on the Last Supper and they wake up and they can't find Jesus.
Oh my god.
Is it good? Because it sounds kind of good.
That sounds
It's-
amazing.
It's
It's bad, but it's a bad type of good.
it's like one of those movies where like you and the boys get together and drink and none of you actually watch the movie outside of like the yep, they lost Jesus.
So, it's a movie you can get drunk to and play Mario Kart. And
It's
just have in the
definitely not a
background.
movie I would recommend sitting down and watching, but it is a movie that I would put on while you're hanging out.
Sam, we're watching
right.
this movie sober.
Well,
But no,
So-
like, I guess to finish my thoughts on the Era album,
Yeah.
I like the instrumental parts, the vocals.
I can
I might have to like
tune out.
look past them a little bit.
They're easy to look past. There's a lot of good stuff going on in this album.
But it was probably one of the. I think it was probably the submission that I got the most enjoyment out of. Like, I don't think I
Oh,
would go
damn.
actively listen to it myself.
Well,
But, like, if
to be
someone put
fair,
this
the ones
on
that
and I
Josh
was in,
got to
like, the
listen to were
room,
great. Sorry,
like-
go ahead.
like, if someone put it on and I was in the room, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I think that's the
Yeah.
way a lot of the releases go. Is like, yeah, I could listen to it in the background; it'd be fine.
Well,
Definitely check out Scorpion Hymn, and then probably.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Scorpion Hymn is probably not the most universal song, but the easiest access song, I think. All right. So speaking of vocals, and we'll come back to your release here in a second, Sam. But speaking of vocals, and speaking of not liking vocals, let's talk about the Underscores album for a second.
I
Oh.
hate it. I hate it.
Okay,
I hate it.
Okay, hold up. Let me
70% is such a
let
bad
me-
way to
let
start
me-
this album.
I don't like a lot of fucking hyper pop esque vocals. I just don't like it. But I like Underscore's album because it has a lot of fucking emo vibes to that shit. And that's what I fuck with.
So
Like,
I have,
like Danny and I
3
both
full
fuck
note
with that
cards
type
of
of
notes
shit.
written out on this album.
Jesus.
Oh.
As soon as you finish, I'm about to go in.
So
All right, bet.
my whole thing is like 70% is not. I mean, maybe like if you're into like the hyperpop kind of like movement, I guess it's a good intro to this album. But God, dude, those fucking vocals, like I wanted to stop listening to this album as soon as it came on. And like I don't say that to shit on people about this album because there's some redeemable parts to it. But please don't do that. Please don't start like that. Moving on, I really didn't like very many songs off of this album. I liked two, really, to be honest with you. I liked Bozo Bozo Bozo. I thought that was
That one's good.
I thought that one was kind of a fun, not fun
I actually
song.
don't like it at all.
I just thought it was the most like easy to listen to one for me. And then I also like Dryland 2001. But the thing about Dryland 2001 is that I don't really like notice it until like the 3-minute mark. Wait, and it's a 7-minute song, so there's still plenty of song to listen to there. It's just that I don't really notice the first 3 minutes of it. There's like some vocals and shit, but then it goes into this like really nice melodic kind of like soundscape kind of thing, and I found that really cool. I thought that was like just super refreshing in the middle of like the fucking clipping fucking kicks and shit and the other songs. And once again, the vocals, I can't do the vocals, dude. They really drag down this album for me.
Well, I'm going to step up to bat and fight in defense of this album because I kind of like it.
Let's go.
It reminds me a lot of Family Pet. And I
know what
think
that is.
that's a different band. I think that this is the future of alt rock, and I don't like that.
Oh, really?
I do believe that this is the direction that alt rock is going to go in the future. I don't like that. I personally am not a fan of this album, but I think it is a good album.
Bro, let me tell you something real quick.
The moment
all the
they
alt rock
stop-
stations around here still play fucking Breaking Ben, like 2001 Breaking Ben. And
That's
Chevelle
not
and
alt
shit.
rock.
Well, that's the alt rock station. So
Well,
Oh, yes,
by that
speak-
logic, I guess Rez is alt rock because the alt rock stations always played someone else.
yeah,
That's just because it has Grabbits on it, and Grabbits is like the fucking alt rock EDM motherfucker that everyone keeps talking about.
all right.
I'm
sorry,
kicking
Sam.
one of y'all's asses. I don't know whose ass it's gonna be, but one of y'all's getting the ass kicked.
All right, Sam,
Why?
Go ahead with your notes.
The moment this album stops pretending to be hyperpop, it gets good. It gets
Yes.
incredibly good.
Yeah, which is like the second song.
No, like the first half of this album is just straight like hyperpop fusion, and that bothers me tremendously.
And then the second half
moment
is
they
like-
drop that, like I think like Kinko's Field Trip, really good. Dryland, really good. Fish Song, really good. Delmar County Fair, really good.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the weird hyperpop bullshit in it.
Yeah,
I think that hyperpop is okay, but I don't think it mixes well.
Bro, that fucking kick in your
I
favorite sidekick.
fucking love 70%. I think it grabs you by the dick and it pulls you into this album.
God Damn it, dude.
Or it grabs you by the dick and you're not into it and you immediately jump backwards.
It's like a scrotum touch, and it's not consensual.
It's like a prostate exam.
See, well, hold on. No, I agree with the scrotum touch. I agree less with the prostate exam. It grabs you by the dick, pulls you in, starts real rough, finishes real strong. Big fan of this album.
I don't need to hear these words out of you. God, let's talk about Brockhampton. Let's not.
I'm going to
Wait.
finish this off. I'm going to say the album's got a few misses, but I think it's really solid. I give it a 6 out of
Wait.
10.
All
Should have been a
right.
smaller EP. I could
So,
deal with that.
I want to hear
Josh.
Josh.
Here-
I want to hear Josh.
Here is my thing. I genuinely, like, wholeheartedly, I don't fucking get the appeal behind hyperpop. It's like, hey, you know that thing called music? Yeah, what if we made it bad?
You listen to Rhythm. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not saying like no, but like I'm talking like
You talk about like
okay,
how they ignore like
ignore like
fucking-
mixing principles.
yeah mixing and fucking they try to do the thing that James Brown did where he like wanted to go in between the beat, like he wanted things to be offbeat in his music, and it fucking somehow worked. This is kind of what the concept of hyperpop is. Like they do things that are established to not be good in music, and they try to make it good. And there are exceptions to that.
I don't think that's a fair classification of hyperpop as a genre.
No, it's not. It's because that's not all they do. It's just it's a common thing, especially when Josh talks about the mixing. Some of this shit hurts my ears, dude. Like,
See, this may be a hot take, but to me, hyperpop as a genre is defined by the people who make it. Like,
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think that's a thing I've seen with like everyone that talks about it. It's always
Okay.
talking about like the influences from the people who
I don't
make
talk
it.
to anybody about this, so
I haven't. No, I meant like literally. Like I remember one time I went on Google. I was like, "What is this?" And I watched a video of someone trying to explain hyperpop, and I was like, "Cool." I still don't get it.
it's yeah, I'm just not gonna talk anymore about this because I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter.
I
okay.
don't like hyperpop, and I don't like that it's seemingly becoming the new wave. And I'm like,
Well, the moment it gets popular, like legitimately popular, all the people who make the weird artsy stuff are gonna get bullied out of the scene, and you'll get left with standard stuff again. So you'll be happy with it.
it's like okay, it's like when the Halcyon label put out Enchanted
What the fuck
Volume
was
1,
that?
sorry, that was me hitting my microphone.
and
That's all good.
it's basically I think the philosophy behind Enchanted Volume 1 was like, hey, let's take dubstep and rhythm and mix it with hyperpop. And I'm like,
It's the way I look at it is very similar to the way I look at like The Last of Us 2. It's not music as like something to be enjoyed. Like you're not supposed to enjoy The Last of Us 2. It's a game as an art form. Like a lot of hyperpop is music as art. And it's like, yeah, you could pull your head out of your ass and make a good album, but you want to make an artistic expression out of it, which is fair and valid, but it makes it difficult to just listen to casually.
That's a good statement, I would say.
I think that hyperpop
Yes.
is just pop
But hyper.
on drugs, and instead of just having a minute to listen to it sober, you just release it. That's my take on hyperpop, and I might get shit for that because, like, I mean, that's kind of like a bigot kind of take on it because it's not really giving it a chance.
I'm
But-
canceling you on Twitter right fucking now.
You can cancel me on Twitter.com. I don't care.
I see. Here's the thing. I don't even know if I can necessarily
Cancel me on
agree
Twitter
with
at
it,
POTUS.
only because just look at like everything that came out in the 70s, and just think of how many fucking drugs people were on in the studio sessions in the 70s.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
there was a lot more work to get your music released in the 70s. Couldn't just fucking export that shit and then throw it on fucking SoundCloud.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like people
But
just
you
put
could
it out
put it
there.
on a fucking cassette, break into people's cars and leave them there.
Okay, that's not really the same.
I'd still argue that's more work than just exporting a wave and popping it on SoundCloud.
I don't like that this section is becoming shitting on like this album and like this genre. It's just it doesn't agree with me personally, and that's my take on it. There are a couple songs in here that I liked, and then the rest of it I just didn't really care for. And that's
I think
really
the album is really good, but it's not most of it's not something that I'll keep on my personal playlist. There are a couple ones that I will like. Dude, I swear by the Fish song. That shit is a.
The Fish song is fucking good.
I hate it. I hate it.
Well, Josh, your
says she
opinion.
loves it.
Yeah, Danny loves it. Of course, Danny loves it. Also, I wanted to mention we're talking about
Danny, the
butt
type
rock.
of bitch like Form Volume 6.
Yeah.
There's my hot
Tanny.
take.
Tanny. Tanny.
Tanny.
I'm gonna call Danny Tanny now.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Brockhampton.
Yes.
We're already at 49 minutes.
Good album.
It's an okay album. God, I don't know what it is about rap lately. I just haven't vibed
Well,
with
this
a lot
isn't
of it.
this isn't rap, so let's get that out of the way.
This is
okay,
okay. Yeah,
hip-hop.
I wanna. Okay, I wanna get some opinions about this shit real quick. So,
Oh god.
I love Brockhampton. I really do. I've loved their Saturation trilogy, especially when Amir was there. But we don't talk about Amir for specific reasons right now. But as soon as fucking Iridescence came out after Saturation 3, I was like listening and I was like, okay, I want to see what they're gonna do without Amir. Iridescence is such a boring fucking album. Like, there's some good songs on there, and they show that they can, still make the like similar shit when Saturation trilogy released, but it just felt too abstract and minimal and boring.
So I actually have this whole thing written down where I talk about how Brockhampton's Roadrunner is pretty much like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like,
Okay.
this is their By the Way. This is when they went from flea slapping and doing all kinds of crazy shit on Blood Sugar Sex Magic to Californication. Like, that is what's happening right now with Brockhampton. And I'm into it, because I like that style. Like, I was into it when the Chili Peppers went through it, like I'm into it now. But, like, that's going to turn a lot of people off.
Yeah. With like with the pattern, I see it as a pattern now. Like, specifically after Saturation trilogy came out, Iridescence was kind of like they're experimenting a bit more, trying out new things. There were some heaters on there, but then there was a lot of mellow songs. Ginger, like...
Yeah, like you go from fucking Boogie to The Light 2 and you're like, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You go from Heat to fucking
Chain On,
Windows.
which is still heated, but like
Yeah,
in a different
okay, yeah.
way.
Yeah, and then like I was listening to when Buzzcut came out, the single, I was like, all right, bet. I heard the preview of this on like Instagram, so I want to see how this goes. And I don't want to say I was disappointed, but at the ending of the song, I was so turned off by it, but then I started like to warm up to it a bit more. And then fucking Count on Me came out like a week after Buzzcut released, right? Something like that.
Is that why both of those are sitting at like 5 million plays and everything else is like 500K?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why, because those are the two singles.
Okay.
When I heard Count on Me, I immediately knew like, oh, this is gonna be a very it's not. I wouldn't describe it as a laid back album, but it's definitely way more mellow than the rest of their stuff. But there are some heaters on this album.
But see,
will say
I also think it reflects the times that it was made much better. Like, this is a fucking quarantine album, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah, essentially.
you're not gonna have Boogie on fucking a quarantine album.
Well, yeah.
So my whole thing is like I've been saying this for a while. with a lot of music that should be coming out right about now, a lot of this should be like quarantine music and like, you know, things that people cooked up while they were like sat at home and not touring or anything like that, and getting weird with it because they know that people are gonna be listening on headphones more than on stages right now.
Yeah.
And this to me is not that, in my opinion. It just, I don't know what it is about it that I just cannot get into this. Nothing stood out to me. Nothing, like, I just,
Not even Windows?
I listened and I listened and I just like, I just don't really care for it. And that's not to say that I hate it, because like, I wouldn't be like, shut that shit down if somebody was playing it in the background. But I just like, nothing stands out to me like, where I'm like, okay, I'll throw this in a playlist and like, it's a bop when it comes up. It just doesn't feel that way to me. And I don't know,
There aren't any bops on the album. It's a slow album.
It is a slow album.
And I feel like that's something that like has to come up later. Like it has to come up with a mood to where it's like, you know what? Yeah, I kind of feel that right now. And like I just don't, I don't know. Like I don't really see a situation where I would listen
It's
to
a
this
very
regularly.
edgy album.
Yeah.
And I don't mean
That's-
that in a derogatory way.
And that's also another thing is like lyrics lately to me have been just fluff. Like I can listen to vocals and I can like hear some words that you say, but for the most part you're just making additional noise in the song to me. Like lately I just have not listened to lyrics in a lot of
Because you've been
songs.
listening to them VTubers speaking all them funky languages.
Dude, I barely watch VTubers.
Damn, VTubers are ruining the Western world.
Anyways,
Okay, Grandpa.
it's just yeah. Like I don't listen to vocals in a lot of things anymore. Like Passion Pit, fucking Brockhampton, fucking
Passion Pit?
Era.
Wait, where did that come from?
like. Well, no, I'm just like I'm naming like things that I listen to, and it's like I don't really listen to them for the lyrics, vocals. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my take.
But
on it.
like, oh dude, but like the beats on this album are so good though. Like I know Josh was talking trash on the fucking Chain On beat, but I love it. Like it's
You're talking trash on the Chain On Me beat?
It's not that I wasn't talking trash. I just
Bruh.
I found it kind of boring.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that's
Bruh,
how
it's
I
got
feel
such a good
about
groove.
pretty much this entire album. It's like it's just kind of boring.
I will
So-
say it feels... Sorry, Josh.
Oh no,
Go on.
no, you say your piece. I'll
Oh, okay, I was just... Okay. From the songs that I've... From the
Josh
songs
said
that
make
I've
your
listened-
peace before.
But my opinion on this album, it's definitely more... I guess the word I'm looking for is mainstream. It feels more mainstream than what they would usually make. It feels safe, but that's a good thing in my opinion because I
Safe
want to
is
see
a
what
good word. Yeah.
I want to see what Brockhampton makes like when it's
Seriously?
accessible, like when it's acceptable. Well, not acceptable, fucking accessible to like everybody. Like anyone can listen to it and be like, okay, yeah, that's a song. If I played Joba's fucking verse on like speakers in my family living room, my grandma would be like, "What the hell are you listening to?"
The crazy thing about you saying that it's like accessible and safe is like I feel like that's Logic, right? Like Logic's music is pretty safe and like
Bobby.
vanilla. Bobby, yeah, like I mean like I feel like everybody like can listen to Logic and be like, okay, yeah, this is fine, whatever. You know.
Yeah, like that's the
I
thing
don't
is that
feel
like
that way about Brockhampton. I feel like Brockhampton's supposed to be like that wild card, you know? Like
And even this album, I wouldn't call it safe. Like,
yeah.
Well,
I
haven't
do
I've
I
only
do agree
listened
with
to,
that.
Like,
I do agree with
I've
that. For
only
this
listened to like a few, not a few songs, but I've listened to like maybe. I want to say like
did y'all listen to Don't Shoot
nine-
Up the Party?
I haven't listened to that one. I only listened to like
that's
maybe eight of the 13 songs.
Probably the last one I started, but I didn't finish it. I don't think. All right, I really.
Again, I guess if you're not listening to lyrics, though,
That's another
I
thing.
think-
Is like lyrics. Like to me, like I'd have to really sit down and listen, and like because I had so many things to like listen to since Friday, I kind of like skimmed through a lot of it.
I think so. My thing with this album, I wouldn't say I'm a Brockhampton like fan, but like I've heard some songs from them in the past, and I would say I got some enjoyment out of them. That being said, I feel like the things I've heard since Amir left didn't really grip me. That being said, I've listened to some of Amir's solo work. I like that a lot more, and I think this album's sort of like in the same boat. Is that nothing really like I'd say the one song that did grip me on this album is Bankroll. I like Bankroll. Pretty cool. But then everything else I was like just felt like kind of a snooze. But like I don't know, like if I was, in a room with someone and they put it on, I wouldn't be like, "Yo, shut it off." I'd probably just not care for it.
Well, then I guess we can move on to Wave Dash, eh?
I like it.
My notes for the Wave Dash album are literally just like song names and then like pictures of like stupid cartoon faces because I really didn't know how to talk about any of these.
That's fine.
I'm not familiar with Wave Dash's.
I've got a big woo, yeah. I have Cashmere Cat. I have a Pog face under. I can't read my handwriting. Is that Stelkus? Stelicus?
Stallions.
Stallions. Yeah, I've got a Pog face beside Stallions. I can't read my handwriting, dude. I was actively drawing when I was listening to this.
How the fuck do you not read your own handwriting?
Shift, because it's a fucking scribble.
I know, but
that.
Shift has a smiley face.
Yeah, you have your chicken scratch. You have your nice handwriting, and you have your cursive. People have different handwritings. That's fine.
Well, so it's like I want you I'm working on this so I have sticky notes on one side of my desk on the left hand side, and I've got like this giant 16 by 22 drawing that I'm working on. So the song comes on and I'm drawing with my right hand, so I grab my mechanical pencil with my left hand and I scribble my notes down.
Oh, you're fucking left-handing it too? Jesus.
I'm ambidextrous.
Okay. Relax.
Well, aren't
no
you
need
cool?
to fucking flex like that.
Yeah. It makes my drawing professor incredibly uncomfortable.
I wonder why.
Well, it's
because it's not natural.
Some arcs are really difficult to do with my right hand, so I'll switch to my left. My professor's just like, "No, please stop."
Just turn your paper, please.
We can't easels.
Okay.
Just turn the easel.
Yeah, let me just flip the fucking easel upside down.
Easel works.
I know how an easel works. Don't worry.
All right. Look,
I may be stupid, but
here's my thing about the Wave Dash album. I think there's a little bit for everybody, and I also think that's where this album fails. There's not enough of any one thing here to make me really want to come back to it for any one mood. It's kind of all over the place. And
so, do y'all remember what you were saying about 70%? Find Yourself is fucking goofy, and I hate it.
that's fair. That's fair. I think I skip Find Yourself pretty often when I listen to this. I will say I have listened to this one quite a bit since it came out because it was just in my release radar, and I just add it to my playlist of things that I want to listen to. All in all, there's not anything on here that really stands out, except maybe I think it's either Left Behind or Lemonades. I don't know. One of them has a really heavy dubstep-y kind of drop, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I know.
Oh, I think
I
it
have
was
Demo
Lemonades that you're
Loop,
talking about.
I have Ultra Cover, I have Stallions, I have Void Reciprocate Love, and I have Shift on my happy face column over here.
Yeah, Stallions is fun, I guess. It's just again they're so all over the place with this album that it's none of them are standouts in my opinion.
Can we
Dude,
talk
I
about
don't know. Void is pretty sick.
Can we talk about Hold Still though?
Can we?
No, because I don't remember it.
It's the one that goes.
It was the only song in that album to surpass 5 minutes, and it's such a good fucking song.
Void is also longer than 5 minutes, but I get what you're saying.
It's literally just pads
6
for 3
minutes,
minutes.
shit.
And then there's a break beat, if I remember right.
I fuck with the breakbeat. Well, there was a drum and bass song on there. I forgot what it was. I think it was
Like I
was it
said, it's got a little bit of everything, and I would have rather them not release this as an album because it doesn't really flow like an album either. Like I don't really find
It doesn't
myself...
feel like very cohesive.
Yeah, like there's not a theme here. It's just kind of like we made these songs, we're gonna throw them in a compilation. Here, have fun. Like it's not really.
That's how I felt about the Fishmonger album. Like I felt like the first half was one EP and the second half was another EP, and I really liked one EP and I was not a big fan of the other EP.
I kind of get that too, but and again, talking about that specific genre, the kind of hyperpop genre, that's kind of how I feel about that genre in general. It's like it's just kind of everything's supposed to be different from each other, and it's just weird. Yeah, but with this one, with World Famous Tour, it's kind of the other way around. I'm gonna say what Issa said earlier, where like some of it's like just really like safe. Like it's not there's not like some really like extravagant experiments here. Their two most popular songs, Dumbo Loop and Stallions, are good songs, but I wouldn't say that they belong on this album.
Dude, Stallions is straight up liquid dubstep, and I'll fight you for it.
That's fine.
Actually, wait, no, there was another name for that. Future. Stallions is future bass.
It is. Definitely is future bass.
I miss future bass. Can we bring that back?
You miss Future
I mean,
Bass?
I just felt Josh's face.
I
Like I felt the face he made when I said that.
I mean, to be fair, I had similar reactions when I said I miss Big Room. So
why would you ever miss
You said
Big
you
Room?
miss Big Room?
I think the
Well,
quote was,
okay, like,
I
I
said
think
I
it was-
miss future bass, and Josh was like, I'd rather have Big Room. You know what? Fuck it, I miss
No.
Big Room.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
see.
pretty much something like that. It's like I'd rather
I
when
understand.
Future was the big wave, I was like, man, that's making me think Big Room wasn't so bad.
I feel that. I get that. I would still rather have Future Bass than Big Room, but I
I
get
liked
what
future
you're saying.
bass.
It got
we're gonna talk about
very
fu-
copy and paste after.
If we're gonna talk about future bass, can we talk about Crane?
No, we really
Like
got to
the
move
bird,
on.
or
Okay, I'll make my thoughts of this album very concise. I liked Ultra Cover.
I was
Ultra
about to
Cover
say he
is
likes Ultra Cover. That's the
the
only thing
best.
you listen to.
I also did refresh my memory and started skimming through the tracks as you guys were talking about it to refresh.
Ultra Cover is Ultra
Brainium.
Cover the one I'm talking about? The one with the
Ultra
drop?
Cover's the
Those
rhythm one.
Lemonades also has a
It's one of those
more,
two. It's one of those two. Lemonade
Ultra
or
Covers.
Well,
Like
I mean, they are
think
back to back,
they're
so-
yeah, they're both like the heavy songs on this album.
Yeah, I like those two. Probably the
Lemonade's
most.
an Ultra.
Lemonades didn't grip me as much. Ultra Cover, good.
Yeah,
Really
actually,
like
Lemonade.
I really like
Everything
Ultra Cover.
else.
Here's what I think
Eh.
about Here's what I think about Lemonades and Ultra Cover. Ultra Cover is just the VIP of Lemonades.
Fine. That's again going back to what I'm saying is like this album feels like it's just a little bit of everything, and that can be cool, but there's no theme
Bless you.
here, and they should have been released as separate things.
Yeah, like I
Are
thought.
you ready for a hot take?
Wait. I like
That's
for-
every EDM album ever.
not every,
Yeah,
but
but I don't
most.
Every
Most.
everyone, but a lot
I like.
of them, yeah.
I understand the perspective from that, but I think the thing is that maybe I was just going in with the wrong mindset because I was like thinking this album was going to be more of shit
Dance
like
with the Devil and
get
shit?
no, like Get Wicked
Okay,
and
yeah.
stuff like that, and so I was like, that will be cool, and then it wasn't
And then
that.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was very different from from my experience with Wave Dash. I don't know when they kind of changed to doing a lot of this stuff, but I mean, it's interesting to hear them do this, I guess.
Yeah, like I thought it was going to be more of like Wave Dash from like 2 years ago.
See, I always kind of like my first experience with Wave Dash was like fucking future funk.
Yeah, like I said, they're
Like their Twitter shit post. I thought that was like just what they did, and I was like, yeah, I'm into that.
First of all, it's a 3-person like group, so like there's a lot of people working on this stuff. So there's a lot of ideas that float around too. So I can understand like them being kind of fluid with things like that. But yeah, they've changed a lot throughout the years. Like it's kind of interesting saying that.
I always thought that Wave Dash was just another dubstep trio, and then I heard this album and I was like, oh.
No, I mean, like I said, they've changed a lot over the years. Like, yeah, they did make dubstep for a while, but that's not all they did.
The only song by Wave,
stuff.
the only thing I knew about Wave Dash before listening to this album was that they collaborated with Shadiant and they collaborated with Slander, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, they release all their music's been released on Slander's Good Vibrations.
Good
for,
Vibrations,
the
yeah.
last couple years. All right. Is that it? Is that all everything that we are going to talk
That's everything
about?
I
Music?
basically wanted to say.
Okay. Let's move on from music and onto the gaming section of
Gaming.
Gaming.
I
Gaming.
haven't played it. I haven't
Gaming
played
section?
it. I haven't played a video game in 3 months.
What was that, Sal? Sam?
We have a gaming section?
Gaming.
Yeah, gaming.
All right. This is going to be a pretty short section, I hope, at least. Because I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. Yeah, so I've been really trying to play, I should say, Monster Hunter Rise lately. That's really the only thing that I've been playing. I've been trying to get around to playing Doom, the Ancient Gods Part 2. I kind of just want to go back and play the game before I play that, which is kind of a commitment because that game takes a while to get through because I'm not good at that game. But I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise lately, and I feel like maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. But, like, I feel like every time I pick up a new game, I really, really, really struggle with it. And I just, like, it takes me a few hours to learn how to play it. And then even then, I feel like I'm not very good at the game. And then, like, I just don't want to play the game after that. Like, I feel like everything is too difficult for me lately. And it's super frustrating because, like, I don't feel like I felt this way about games in the past.
I was going to say my favorite part about this whole, like, little rant is when Nick the Totodile came in gaming chat the other day and went, yeah, this is the easiest Monster Hunter they've ever put out. I'm a little disappointed.
Every single time a new Monster Hunter comes out, he says that. And I'm just like, dude, are we playing the same game? But he's talking about he's also talking about the new wire bug feature, which is new to the games, like, overall. And how it, like, breaks the game and makes it easier. I gotta tell you, I have not been using that. Like, I have not mastered that yet. So, like, maybe the game is gonna get astronomically more easily, more oof, man, words.
Astronomically
easier for me after I learn how to do that. But even so, like, I mean, if that's really your main complaint, is that one mechanic is making the game too easy, don't fucking use that mechanic. If you really want to challenge yourself, don't fucking do it. If you don't want to use the grenades in Doom, don't fucking press the grenade button. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't get that specific, like, issue people have with games. Like, if you find a game too easy to play because of a simple fucking mechanic, don't use the mechanic. If the mechanic is necessary to play the game with, oh well. I don't know, dude. It's like people complaining about fucking dodging in Dark Souls.
Just don't dodge.
You can. You literally can just not dodge in Dark Souls. Like, I don't know, dude. It gets me. It gets under my skin, like, unnecessarily under my skin when people talk about fucking video games like that. Anyways, the whole point of this rant is, has anybody else, like, felt this kind of, like, difficulty spike in video games lately, or is this just me?
I mean, quite literally just you.
I also think the thing is, the games I play are either, like...
Oh, you know what, Josh? This is actually a good point to come back to, which I don't know if this is what you were talking about or not, but kind of counterpoint to my whole rant just now. Call of Duty feels a lot easier than it used to be.
Call of Duty is definitely easier than it used to be.
Not multiplayer lobbies, obviously. But
if you're talking about zombies, like 110%, dude.
Zombies,
I was playing
like,
fucking
zombies and single player stuff like feels so much easier.
Yeah, dude. I was like, okay, so I remember I was playing like Firebase Z recently, and like, I remember I think I got to like round 46, got bored, exfilled, never got downed once. And then I was like, you know what? I want to play some Black Ops 1 Zombies. Booted up Black Ops 1, played Moon. Oh my god. Black Ops
even the
1
first
Zombies
fucking
was so
rounds.
unforgiving. Dude,
The
like
first fucking round of that fucking shit. Like, if you didn't know to use that fucking teleporter when that came out, which obviously you fucking didn't, you got your shit kicked in, like, immediately.
Yeah,
And then you had to wait
and-
for a fucking lobby again.
yeah, and it was a fucking 2-hit down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it not still a 2-hit down?
No,
No.
it's like okay, so in Black Ops 3, I think they made it a 3-hit, and then in Cold War, zombies zombies damage to you ramps up as you keep playing. So at the start, you only have you have 150 health, but they like the first I think 10 rounds they'll only do 30 damage to you. So it's a 5-hit.
Yeah, also on
And
top
then like
of that,
past round 10 it's like 50 damage, and then I think like past maybe like round 25 30ish it's like 75 damage.
Bruh, back when I played zombies, you were popping off if you got to round 11.
Yeah, like that's the thing. You can get to round 30 40 easily in Cold War Zombies. Like,
I
it's
was-
fun, but it's not challenging.
It's so long. I want a 15-minute game I can play with my bros.
I will say that Cold War feels like probably one of the most irresponsible purchases as far as game goes for me. Not irresponsible.
Dodgiest.
No, just least valuable purchases as far as games goes, because I really haven't played it a lot. Like I love zombies, man. Like, I really like the zombie modes in Call of Duty. I wish they would just sell me just zombies, because I don't give a shit about the multiplayer. The best fucking multiplayer that I've played in Call of Duty is Modern Warfare.
Like the 2019 one.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, that multiplayer is like
multiplayer in 2019
phenomenal.
Modern Warfare is great. Like, that's probably I've gotten more than my money's worth out of that game, and like I've spent money on fucking cosmetics in that game and shit. Like, I feel like I got my money worth out of that. Cold War, not so much. Like, in the when did I start playing? A month ago, I think so.
Something like that.
I haven't
think
even
you
hit.
bought it. You bought it like when they had the like Outbreak free weekend.
Yeah, that's about a month ago. Yeah, I haven't played 30 hours yet. Like, that's kind of ridiculous to think about, but like, if I can't hit 30 hours on a $60 game, I really feel like my time has been wasted, or my money's been wasted.
Yeah, and it's difficult because it's like I don't hate the multiplayer as like in terms of like game mechanics. I despise the way people play multiplayer in
Oh,
this
yeah,
game.
this
This is
game's
the most
maps-
camp-heavy fucking Call of Duty I've played in a long time. People corner camp in
There's too many places.
there's like
It's-
yeah, it's like, dude, fucking people are corner camping on Nuketown, and it's to the point where it's like there's one line where you can see all the way from one backyard to the other, and you will like spawn in and just immediately get beamed
Yeah.
by some dude hiding in a bush on the other side of the map, and you can't do anything about it. And like, it's just, I don't think it's necessarily a flaw with the game. I think it's just, I just hate the way people play it.
Yeah, I've always not liked camping in the Call of Duty games, but like, this game like rewards that shit. Like, it's,
100%.
it makes it so that basically if you don't do it, you don't do well, and it's like, I don't want to play that way, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play multiplayer. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm a 100% a run and gun kind of person,
yeah.
and that's not
Which
even
is
you
a
can't even
shame
run and
for
gun on Nuketown, bro.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a shame for Nuketown, because like, that's what Nuketown was all about. Like, small
Yeah.
map, run around,
Close quarter,
get maybe
shit.
1 or 2 kills, die, respawn. Like, that's what, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
getting old,
Um,
man. I'm getting
But
old.
yeah, I think going back to your whole, is there a difficulty spike in video games? I personally haven't noticed it, but I also think that's because the video games I play,
It's not really difficult.
it's not like, it's either straight up like there isn't a difficulty to it. Like, oh yeah, find a difficulty in fucking BeamNG Drive. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's like it's either
BeamNG Drive.
yeah, it's either games like that or it's a game where like your difficulty is like dictated by like outside factors like Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like there's not a difficulty setting on Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like as far as like Call of Duty goes, like it's single player stuff or it's PvE stuff. It's like that's stupidly easy. But like it's multiplayer stuff, like especially with their skill-based matchmaking algorithm, whatever that is, it's fucking rough, dude. But I don't know, like games lately to me, like Monster Hunter Rise, Astral Chain, Doom Eternal, like I just feel like I've struggled with those games for so long that like I don't want to play them by the point in time where I'm like, okay, I feel okay, and then I get my shit kicked in by the next boss or the next big area or whatever, and it's like I need easy mode. Like I need double easy.
Double easy.
I need.
Have you considered the possibility that you are bad?
I need fucking Yoshi's fucking enjoy the story goddamn mode.
Oh my god!
Like I don't know what it is, man. I am struggling so hard with so many games. Now, hold on. Granted, both Monster Hunter and Doom are like, oh god, I can't believe I'm saying this. Souls-like, and their difficulties, like it's a little more understandable.
I wish you could see my fucking face right now.
I know, like that's what I'm saying. Like I wish I wasn't gonna say it like this, but like they're difficult.
Man was complaining about how hard the game was on hard.
No, hang on.
My man's playing on hard and complain that it's hard.
I played Eternal on hard, and I beat Eternal on hard. Now, Waffle coming in here and talking shit about that, and yeah, this is gonna be on the podcast. Waffle coming in here and talking shit about that. Like, dude, just fucking lower the difficulty if you're having that much of an issue with it. But
that's 100% my issue with like whenever I see people being like, normalize playing on easy, make games easier. There's an easy mode for a reason. Pick it. Just don't ask for Souls-like games where the difficulty is the game to be easy.
Like, Doom Eternal never felt like it was impossible to me on hard, so I never changed it until I got to the Ancient Gods 1, which it did start like tearing me apart. Like I could not fucking compete in the game, so I lowered the difficulty.
I just wish I could play fucking Smash Brothers.
You cut out
because you don't have friends.
I said I wish I could play Smash Brothers
because you don't have friends to play with, or because
because I'm not a pedophile.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that's where you were going, but okay.
But also, like, I guess now that I think of it,
I can't not go there.
The games that I've played the most, at least in recent times, that have like difficulty settings, for the most part, it isn't really even like making it easier or harder. It's just more about changing like certain mechanics. Like I guess the two best examples I have are the Skate series and Forza. And like with Forza, I think the only thing that you can really change difficulty wise that makes actually like easier or harder is just your drivatar difficulty. But then everything else is just more like how you're...
Your what?
Your the AI difficulty,
drivatar.
Yeah.
I said they're drivatar?
That's what they're called in Forza.
Oh, no. Forza.
It's been what they've called for like the existence of the entire series.
When it comes to games of difficulty, I'm always the type of person to be like, I'll just go for like the literal in between of easy and hard, just to have a balanced experience.
Just the normal,
so the normal, like if
the way the game is supposed to be experienced.
Yeah, if a game is too easy for me, even on normal, I'll be like, all right, let me try hard, and then I get my shit kicked in. I'm like, I'll go back to normal. I'm fine.
I just want to have fun in video games. Just make them fun.
Here's a better example. Halo 3. I feel like I did not fucking struggle with Halo 3 when it came out on the 360. but for some goddamn reason, I can't fucking get through a single goddamn mission without dying multiple times.
It's because you're an old man.
Maybe. It might be because it might legitimately be because I'm getting older and like my bones are brittle and shit. But like,
Yeah,
Shut
dude,
the
your
fuck
thumb
up, you're-
bones ain't working the same way they used to.
I just
Adrian,
like,
you're like you're barely 30.
all right,
Not even 30.
settle down. I'll be 27 next week. Relax. Jesus.
Love you. I love you.
No, you don't. You wouldn't have said that shit. You wouldn't have said that shit if you loved me. Shit is mad disrespectful, man.
Keep talking shit and I'm putting you in a home.
Anyways, I don't know, dude. That's how I feel about video games lately. Maybe it's time to not do video games. Maybe it's time for me to just do other shit.
Like,
Tell all those kids to get off your
got-
lawn.
I've got. First of all, still a pandemic out. Kids are not allowed in the streets. Second of all, I don't know, dude. Like maybe I should go back and finish some of my books because I've started quite a few over the years, and some of them.
I
need
was
to be
fully
finished.
expecting it. Second of all, fuck you.
No. It really wasn't a second of all. It was back to my original point, kind of thing. But anyways,
but second of all, fuck you.
yeah. But third of all, fuck you. Okay, moving on from that, since I guess I really am the exception to that.
I do want to
See,
mention.
I don't
do want to
play
mention
games
one thing.
competitively. Like,
Yeah.
I play games that have
That
fun.
is, yeah, I think
I
that
would-
is also the thing is that now, yeah, most of the games that I play, like if you're looking for like difficulty, you go into like the competitive scene.
These aren't competitive games.
Like, the only
That's
game
what I'm saying.
that
Like I don't
but,
really play
okay.
like single player driven games like that anymore.
Yeah, it's like so we play D&D every other Friday night. On one of the every other Friday nights, I have my Friday night league time with the boys, where me and all my high school friends get incredibly drunk and play League of Legends. None of us have kept up with the game since season 3, so none of us know what's good, what's going on. And it's incredibly fun. We lose every single time, but we're having a good time.
But that's playing with friends, man.
yeah, the other night
I'm
is
playing
like
by myself.
Final Fantasy. Yeah,
It's not fucking.
if you're
fun
playing by
myself.
yourself and you're not playing with yourself, you're just not having a good time.
I'm gonna fucking start streaming and just let people like laugh at my fucking incompetence. I think that's what it needs to happen. Just so
Well,
like
you can't play with yourself while you're streaming as well.
I can too. It's called a desk, buddy. Anyways,
Okay, you got me there. You got me there.
I just wanted to mention, like, fucking. Well, now I forgot. Oh yeah, I haven't been able to play a video game for 3 months. I've lost enjoyment in doing anything other than listening to music and watching Scott the Woz on repeat. Every single time.
You watch
Every
other
s-
people play video games.
and
oh.
there's
You
You
nothing
watch
wrong
me
with-
play video games.
I want to
Y'all
point out.
motherfuckers depressed.
I want to point out there's nothing wrong with that. Watching a streamer right now is the same thing as watching your fucking cousins or your friends play on the big TV in the living room.
When I watch Josh play GeoGuessr, it feels like I'm back in like 2004 watching my cousins
Bro, y'all
play
play
fucking-
GeoGuessr a lot.
Like, I feel like I'm back.
Is it
on
a
my-
problem?
It's not a problem. Yo, what's the difficulty on GeoGuessr? What's the difficulty on GeoGuessr?
The difficulty is based on your knowledge of geography.
So for me, it's incredibly difficult.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Honestly,
you're
I
not
feel
a
like it's
geography
brushed
person.
up on my geography by playing that game.
No, you 100% have.
Yeah.
You'll
Just
know
let us play
places.
GeoGuessr in
Low key,
school.
if I were building a bar trivia team, you'd be on it specifically for geography.
Let's go.
All right. Moving on from that, I'm going to talk about one topic real quick that might not be anybody's favorite topic, but I feel like it has to be addressed. God damn it! If Among Us isn't fucking everywhere, dude.
See, here's my thing with Among Us, right?
Danny,
I
shut
stopped
the
playing
fuck
that
up.
shit. I stopped playing that shit long before the memes took
Dude, when are
precedent
we
like
getting
they
an
have.
easy mode on Among Us? Christ.
Sam,
we
I'm
do.
gonna-
We
Sam,
actually have one
Sam,
right now. Like this
Sam,
is.
I'm.
It's not.
Sam.
It's not an actual easy mode, but like the game has actually changed since they added in the new map. So now crewmates, like there are a few crewmates that have roles now. So like, there's a medic, there's a fucking sheriff,
my.
and there's a fucking engineer, and there's a fucking jester.
It's literally just play Town of
It's
Salem.
just
Play Town of
It's
Salem.
fucking Trouble in Terrorist Town. It's dude.
Literally just play Town of Salem.
See, this is the funny bit. Like, Adrian and I are old, so we think Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into the Trouble in Terrorist Town wave.
I think Gmod was before your time.
Well, Gmod isn't that old.
It's pretty old.
When
but
Gmod
yeah.
come out?
People were playing Gmod in the computer labs at school.
Before I was playing on computers, that's what I will tell you right now. Before the
yeah.
PlayStation 2 era, or
Like,
during the
when
PlayStation 2 era.
I popped out of my mom, looked around, grabbed a keyboard and mouse, and installed Gmod. Like,
No,
it's
you-
been there since day one.
But the orange box, has been around for a really long time, dude.
Okay, on Steam it says... Oh, 2006, okay.
Wait, Gmod
Yeah.
was out in 2006?
Yeah.
Of course I knew about fucking Gmod. My cousin.
Like, yeah, that was the thing. I knew
Okay,
about
but
Gary's
what-
mod, I just never played it.
What we're saying is we went to Gmod first instead of Salem, which came later.
Yeah, I guess that was the one that I had experience with. 'Cause
Yeah,
I remember
no,
we played
that's
it
what we're
here for a
saying.
good bit.
It's like if we were to say, like, Pokemon, the very first Pokemon game you think of is probably just going to be like a generational thing.
Pokemon Yellow.
I don't...
Really? Pokemon Yellow is your first one?
No, I mean that when people say Pokemon, I think of like the first Pokemon that I've heard of, which is
What's the first one
of
you
the
played?
First I don't play Pokemon. I've never
Oh,
played
well,
Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm,
You're not missing much.
I don't. I mean, I never grew up with Pokemon, and I feel like if you never got into Pokemon, you will never get into Pokemon. It has to be like you has to be like
ingrained
in
from
your
early childhood.
Yeah,
That's
because
me.
if
I
you-
feel like
if
that's
you-
me. I feel like
if
that's
you
me
try
with
to-
a lot of games, where it's like if you weren't playing it in its
You know, like
heyday,
you and fucking
you try
Micro
and get into
Racers?
it now.
Yeah, if you try to get into Pokemon now, like if I try to get into Pokemon now, I'd be like bored of this shit.
Dude,
after like,
I'll be honest with
It's
you.
because you're getting into Pokemon for the wrong reasons.
I'll be
People come to
honest with you.
Pokemon and they're like, I want to play this video game. That's not why you play Pokemon. You play Pokemon so you can look at the girls.
That. All right, now you're starting to sound like Smash.
Now I'm
Brothers
starting
player.
to sound like a Smash
Yeah,
player.
you
See,
are
I thought
sounding
you
a
were gonna
Smash
say you
player.
play Pokemon to catch them all.
People do.
Yeah, but
people
the
still do.
MILFs.
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
MILFs.
Talk about the MILFs then. Okay.
Okay.
Like I feel like the same way you feel about Pokemon as I do with like CS. It's like some people are like, you should play CS:GO, and I'm like, if I didn't play it back then, I'm probably not gonna enjoy trying to get
Dude.
into it now.
CS:GO is an incredibly fun, like, nobody knows what's going on, on game.
My friend, one of my friends would always
Oh,
get
Danny,
on.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not part of the update. Maybe it's mods. I saw an Achievement Hunter video today where they like had those rules.
Among Us has
Oh, okay.
mods.
Yeah, Among Us has mods.
Have you not seen the fat ass Among Us?
Shut the fuck
I
up.
try to
Sam.
avoid that game for plenty of reasons.
If that's the case, then those are mods. But that I don't. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I remember one time I went to go get the mail, and I saw like a bunch of like little kids all playing like in real life Among Us, like in
Oh
the
my
block, and I
God.
was like, genuinely, oh no.
Oh no!
It's,
All right.
it's basically called Town of Imposters. Are you fucking serious?
Maybe I'm not
Sorry.
sure. I'll have to double check on that to see what's up with it.
I was gonna mention another game, but I completely forgot.
All right. So I actually do have a game that I want to talk about real quick that I would love to have a buddy to play with. Eventually, it's called It Takes Two.
I saw that. I don't know if I'll get it. Well, I think also the thing is that
You
there's
don't
like
have
the
to get
It
it.
Takes
Like
Two
if I
pass
get
or whatever,
it,
right?
yeah. Like if I
I'm-
get it, somebody
I'm
else can play
intrigued.
it with me.
I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's a two-player game. Like you know that two-player game that came out a while back called A Way Out, where it's like the two dudes that break out of prison.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of the same format. No, that's not what I saw, Danny. It's the same format. So it's a puzzle game where you're playing as these two people, and they're like a couple that was going through like marriage issues, and like the entire like journey is them like working through that shit, but also like there's these puzzles and like you're on split screens. It's supposed to be really fun and really cool, and I'd love to play it, but like it takes two.
Ooh. All right. That sounds interesting.
See,
I would honestly
I'll play
that.
this with you, but we have to get married first.
No, I don't know.
That way we can work through our issues
Honestly,
in real
I-
time.
Hey,
I
fun
can,
fact.
I can see Sam and Adrian being like,
Fun fact. Did you guys know that I am ordained?
As am I.
the, fu-
It's a match literally made in heaven, babe. We've got to get on this.
the fuck does that mean?
It means I can marry people.
It means that we're ministers.
Dude,
I
are you
actually
gonna be
won
like- are
a
you gonna be
lawsuit
like
against
one
the
of
state
those-
of North Carolina because they didn't recognize my status as a legal ordained minister, and the
Wait, both of
church
y'all are
sued
literally
them.
Ordains?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I took an online
Okay.
like certification for it. Like it's not like I went to church.
I can see Sam, but
I think I'm actually
would not
ordained in several different denominations as well, if I remember properly.
Well,
Yo,
so
Adrian,
my
are
whole
you gonna
thing,
be one of those people that like marry people at Lost Lands and shit?
I could.
So it's the Church of
will
Jesus Christ.
certify your marriage for
It's the Church
festival
of Jesus
tickets.
Christ. I did marry some of my friends on their prom night, and it is a legal marriage because I'm the one who did it. We thought it was funny, but when we all sobered up the next morning and checked legality, they are technically legally married in the eyes of God.
Are they still together?
So like my whole thing is like the reason that I got ordained was because a few of my friends couldn't get married because the church is kind of bigoted down here. So took care of that. That's the whole reason I got ordained. That's it.
Aw, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
If you could just take that
weird
shit like
tangent.
online, I feel like being ordained sounds kind of
Well,
not
so
BS, but like
the whole thing is like the people who can marry you is there's like a fucking ridiculous number. It's basically like getting somebody to be what is it called? What is it called when somebody like
Notarized?
verify? Yeah, it's like a notary. It doesn't
Except
mean
it's very
shit.
difficult to get a notary stamp.
That's
I tried. I've tried to get a notary stamp. Did you know it's like a felony to have a notary stamp if you're not like notary safe? If your notoriety isn't high enough?
Notarized.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
like it like when you said I took an ordained thing online and now I'm certified. It just sounds like you're just giving these people your cosign.
That's
You kind of are.
it is like it's not.
If it's what I remember right, the one that I did the first time was the Church of Jesus Christ, and their beliefs are that like Jesus resides in everyone, so anybody can and should be certified to teach what they feel.
Like it's not. It ain't shit, dude. It really isn't. It's just
Like it doesn't even cost money. It's not even like the bogus like knighthood you can get by buying a plot of land in wherever. Like it's
Fucking
dead ass
Scotland.
just free.
yeah. All right. I believe that is the end of the podcast. Unless you guys have anything else to add about video games.
Hey, need to get married? Me and Adrian will officiate your
It's
wedding.
not
Send us $5
about
on
video
PayPal at
games.
tripod.com
That's-
forward slash
We don't own that. Don't go there.
I could have brought up a very controversial video game topic. Well, not
What is it?
controversial, but questionable.
What is more controversial than difficulty in video games?
Oh, okay, maybe not
Are we gonna talk
controversial, but,
about
like,
we can talk about
questionable.
Subverse.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Wait,
Subverse?
what are we
All right,
talking about?
Hold on. I just want to point out. Apparently, Subverse is pretty good. Like a few people that I've seen like talk about it on YouTube. Apparently, like outside of the horny part of the game,
Like it's
apparently-
actually a good. There's actually a good game behind it.
Yeah, there's actually like a good strategy game and a good fucking bullet hell shoot 'em up game in there. So
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on it for fucking 6 years. I'd hope it was good.
I mean, they worked on Cyberpunk for 6 years. Crickets.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, the fucking Kirby enthusiasm plays us off. Actually, if we're being honest, they probably worked on Cyberpunk for like 4 years because
I just
First-
realized that because I'm recording my own audio, that meme's not going to translate at all. Hey, Kit, if you're alive and you're the one who edits this, please cut out my voice when I disconnect. It'll be funny. I promise.
Oh, I didn't even realize you disconnected.
Damn.
Yeah, it's because I'm
Wow.
recording. Yeah, well, you don't get that whole thing where like you hear the disconnect noise.
Oh, you're on like streamer mode or whatever?
Well, I mean, we're only going to be
Streaming.
sending Kit's. Well, yeah, because I have OBS open. Because Kit's going to only have the mic recordings, not my desktop recording. Unless he wants the desktop recording, which he can have. But, like, he won't need it.
Are we still rolling?
Anyways.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like, so, I'm not going to talk about Subverse very much. I haven't played it.
I think if it was like
Probably-
free, I would maybe give it a shot, but that
If
bitch
it
is
were-
like $30.
If it were like $10 to $15, I'd buy it, but like 30's a lot.
And, like-
probably get it later this year, depending on how their updates go. Because they're promising a whole lot. They hired like 7 people last week. So, like, they're really, like, trying to make it a good game. I just want to see how on top of it they are. Like, if they are able to push out good updates over the next couple months, I think it will be a $30 game.
I mean, fuck, if I could refund Cyberpunk, I'd do that and buy it, but
A little late, buddy.
yeah.
They even gave you, like, a 2-month extension, dude. Like,
But I thought they would fix it. They said they were gonna fix it.
they are working on it. I will say that they are fucking working on it. It's just certain things need a overhaul.
The game.
Anyways, I'm done talking about that. Yeah. Cool. Fun. Go stream Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max. This podcast brought to you by HBO Max.
It just isn't, though, is it?
We're legally obligated to tell you this podcast is not actually sponsored by anybody. Thank you. Please don't sue us, podcasts. I mean
sponsor
HBO.
Me. Please sponsor me, HBO Warner Brothers.
Yeah, we're not pedophiles.
I'm not a pedophile. Don't. That man
If
over
I
there is
wanted
trying to
to-
get me in trouble. And one of
If
these
I
days,
wanted to watch
something's
Godzilla
gonna happen.
versus. If I wanted to watch
We're gonna
Godzilla
get married
versus
and we're
Kong,
gonna take two and work out our differences.
what are you saying, Issa?
If I wanted to watch Godzilla versus Kong, I would just put like a gorilla in the desert and wait till it sees like a fucking gecko or something.
Yeah. When do you like? Where'd you get putting gorilla in the desert kind of money?
Yo,
Like,
got
Issa's a
side
fucking
jobs.
drug lord, dude. What the fuck?
yeah, like I know you ain't getting that kind of bread from Amazon.
That's fucking.
no,
that's like
I'm
fucking,
I'm getting drug money and Amazon bread.
That's.
We're legally obligated to tell you viewers that was a joke.
Oh my
so you
god.
Crypto, fucking.
Hey, Amazon, sponsor me.
Can I just stop recording now?
Yeah, you can stop recording. We're done.
Okay.
I feel like
Is
Jeff.
it? Are we
I
done
feel
now?
like, Je-
Yeah, no,
I
we're
feel like Jeff
we're totally
Bezos-
done. We ended a minute ago. That's fine.
feel like Jeff
What? They're not
Bezos
gonna
is
hear me
gonna-
call you a pedophile?
Oh no, they'll probably hear that. Oh, I don't know. It depends on Kit's discretion on fucking.
Depends on how Kit feels. How spicy are you feeling tonight, Kit?
Spicier than you thought.